Namaste everyone, this is Juan from Coach Nepal. I'm here again with another really awesome Learn and Grow session. We simply share our knowledge with people just like you who wants to learn and grow. We share NLP tools and techniques with you, or other tools of self-improvement, or management and productivity tools with you to help you effectively master and design your life. Design your life in a way that really empowers your future. So if these sound awesome to you, simply hit that button. Just click that button down there right now. We will then be able to share similar amazing videos with you on a regular basis. Today we're going to talk about NLP and goal setting. I'll gladly discuss some NLP concepts I learned as a NLP master practitioner. Now I'll also share some tips on effective goal setting. Also, few concepts here are something I learned from Damon Carr. He suddenly has an amazing YouTube channel called Life Master Regime that teaches you a lot of NLP tools and techniques. So yes, this session is also inspired by him. Goal setting. What most of us actually do is focus on the part of our goal that is probably the least important. This is simply why you may not be achieving them. This may be incredibly hard to accept, but our goal is really one of the least important part of setting goals. I know, this sounds massively and foolishly crazy. Of course, logically it looks like this theory lacks congruence. However, what we simply need to understand is that a lot of us set our goals and actually stop right there. We set goals and simply think this is enough. There's nothing else to do. We sadly and wrongly do not realize that setting goals is only the beginning. Actually, the process or the work is merely beginning after we set our goals. We logically and accurately need to recognize that our goals may not really carry any inherent value. Right? What is it that you simply want to accomplish? It may not be something truly tangible that you can touch with your hands. Maybe you want to go on a world tour, or simply want to participate in a cycling race. It can be a tangible goal as well, not just intangible, but even tangible goals, right? The only way these goals are tangible is because you can actually sense them, or they're sensory based. It is massively important that we recognize our goals in sensory terms. Whether our goals is something truly intangible like our accomplishments, or something generally tangible like buying a car or a house, they need to be sensory based. You need to be able to see your goals. You need to absolutely be able to hear, touch and see your goals is real. You can actually do this by basing your goals on sensory terms. Once you truly achieve this, then you know your goal. You know when you're on the right path of achieving it, when you're getting closer to your goal, or making progress, or when you're simply drifting away from your goal. You're taking the wrong path. Right? This is how you should effectively start. You need to turn your goal into something tangible, or something you can clearly detect with your five senses, or at least one or two of these senses. Now, be aware of your goal. Is it material or something intangible like running a marathon race with no inherent value? Something that is simply and only valuable because you or others are projecting value on it. Your goal could be to buy a house, and you value this goal. Right? You think this is a tremendous goal for you, but another person may really have no interest in buying a house, and that house has no value for her or him. It's actually the same with your goals of accomplishments, a promotion, a race, or participating in a singing contest. It's the same. I'm sure someone does, but I had no interest in a singing contest. So clearly, the value any of these goals carry are what any individual put on them, right? The value is created by us, not the goal itself. This is an absolutely important concept to understand. Usually, we simply tend to think of goals in terms of them having values on their own. This is really important to realize because Quite often we adamantly follow goals that other people value, not us. The reason we seek these goals is because we think these goals have value and we really not examine this deeper. So we often sadly feel unfulfilled even after finally getting to our goal. This feeling of emptiness is effectively caused by the fact that we do not necessarily value the goal we achieved. And the value we thought the goal had was someone else's projection. Others valued the goal, not us, or not you. We simply think that our goal is valuable because most people around us really seem to want it. If everyone wants it, it must be truly valuable, we think. Right? And when you finally get there, you do not feel as excited or as satisfied or as fulfilled. And naturally, this brings in a lot of confusion. You start thinking maybe there's something actually wrong with you, right? Of course, you are perfectly fine and there's nothing wrong with you. Yes, you should have actually delved deeper into your goal before you started. That would have really saved your time and effort. Effectively understanding your goal and whether you value it before you start chasing it is going to avoid a lot of frustrations and also avoid probably even waste of time and money. Some may practically say that money actually has real value, but the only value money has is what is mentioned on it, what is printed on it, and this is not entirely accurate either. Right? So let's just say 1 lakh rupees. It may be more valuable to a middle class person or a lower middle class person, but for a multi-billionaire, it really may not be as valuable. So even the value of money can truly be different depending on the context and depending on individuals. So effectively, you would want to invest your life and time on goals that you actually value. Or maybe you simply value the process of getting to your goal. This is actually what makes our goal really fulfilling. This is also what actually drives you or simply motivates you even more towards your goal. The drive is even more intense if you simply find the process fulfilling. If you enjoy the process, then the motivation becomes automatic. It becomes even more intense. This will keep you fired up. It keeps you going, chasing after that goal, even if you face setbacks. Also, simply keep in mind that goal may actually change in time. That is why goals are also only considered placeholders. This is why it's massively counterproductive to focus too much on the goal. Normally, it is when you start taking a few steps towards your goal, you start getting clarity on it. You'll simply get a lot of awareness regarding what truly fulfills you, and that creates a lot of insights for you. You might say, I can actually go after that goal, after that insight, right? That is a better goal. I like this current one, but that is simply awesome. Then you quickly make amendments to your goals, or simply go after a new goal altogether, because the new one seems even more congruent with your values. This is also based on the feedback information you've received after taking a few or several steps towards it. You go after what actually fulfills you, what fulfills you more. Right? Another issue that we simply ignore is that we're so focused on the goal without actually realizing other factors, and we completely do not know how to practically deal with the inner resistance or unconscious resistance. Inner resistance exists because we are really not sure what our values are. We simply spend all our effort on the goal and making sure that we achieve it. When we actually do not get to our goal, it is because we are simply not aware of the values that is driving us and the values that we project onto our goals. So when we do not get to our goals, we really lose motivation and then we simply give up. This can sadly create limiting beliefs in us. We start doubting ourselves. We ask ourselves, do I deserve it? Am I good enough? We actually start entertaining these disempowering thoughts and question our self-worth. This is not really going to inspire you to try harder or to keep going. This is not motivating at all. When you are really entertaining these disempowering self-talk, you lose motivation, you lose inspiration. The other thing is you actually achieve your goal that was not aligned with your values, but you had no awareness of these concepts before, and you feel really empty or unfulfilled. When this happens, you wonder, what is it that you really need to do now? You say you got what you wanted, but you still do not feel happy. You wonder, maybe you should set another goal. And you do set another goal. You can now really put all of your effort and focus into this new goal. This is the distraction you needed. You then go through several years of building capabilities and making sacrifices for this new goal. And without congruence, this is sadly not exciting either. Right? The new goal is also empty. When you do actually get to your goal, or when you do actually get to your new goal, you may feel fulfilled, but it's really only lasts for a very short while, and then it disappears again. This is not an ideal life, because there has to be more to it. Achieving goals is not only about achieving goals. Your goals need to be designed to truly take you towards your fulfillment, towards joy and happiness. Your goals are only a window to the direction you're taking in your life, what you are effectively moving towards for fulfillment. If you have foolishly tied your self-worth to your goals, you're doing something absolutely wrong. You need to examine your goals. Your goals boldly need to give you a deeper level of fulfillment. In this case, you need to explore your values. You need to do values elicitation. Right? When you get to your goal that is not aligned, you need to look at the bigger picture and realize that this was no achievement. But at no point is this really a self-worth issue. This is related to your values, not your self-worth. Keep in mind that your goal clearly is not a real thing, and your self-worth is not tied to it. Now, if you gladly go after your goal in absence of this burden, your goal truly becomes easier to achieve. In this absence of this self-worth thing, right, that creates a lot of burden. So you need to be aware of this and realize this from the very beginning. Before you actually set out to achieve your goal, this is vital to know. I'm not really suggesting that if you attach your self-worth to your goal, there's something wrong with your goal. Of course not. There's nothing wrong with your goal. But what I'm suggesting is simply that you need to be more aware. Right? You need more awareness and realization that this is simply not true. Your self-worth is not attached to your goal. In fact, if you really go after this goal with this really massive burden of self-worth, your success becomes less likely. So it will have an effect. If nothing else, it will massively slow you down. Look at your goals as scientifically and logically as possible. Yes, you may think, maybe I can do that. I can learn to swim, or I can be a surgeon, or I can climb a mountain, or be a successful entrepreneur. However, you also really need better understanding of this. Does this goal actually align with your values? What are some prices you will truly have to pay for this goal? Is it worth it? Will you enjoy the process, like working extra hours or putting in extra effort to get to your goal? Look at it like a scientist. Right? Will this goal and process actually fulfill you? Now, this will let you literally consider your goal without attaching your self-worth to it. Yes, you may not be able to get there, and there's no way to know. That's a fact. Maybe some people who have done it before, right? So you go out there and try, test yourself and find out if you truly want to pursue this. Try and actually learn more about your goal and about yourself as well. Effectively take some steps towards the goal and see how that feels for you. Is it really aligned with your values? Does it feel right? Then you can actually decide whether to actually pursue this. There's no compulsion here. You only start with a trial. You're only trying it out, exploring, testing to see if this truly works for you. Also to figure out how you really feel about the goal. Now, keep in mind that you also need to approach this as if it is a creative project. How would this creative project eventually and naturally fulfill your top values? This is effectively the most important source of fulfillment. You need to keep this in mind. As a scientist, you're looking at your goal logically and asking yourself if this is practically sound. Does this actually work? Can you prove to yourself your logic is true? And as an artist, you ask, does this goal actually fulfill my highest values? Does this give me fulfillment? So to sum it up, you need to really realize that setting a goal requires a lot more than just a goal. There's a lot more to it than just that. As an NLP practitioner, I use well-formed outcome to create an effective goal. Please check the link for the video in the description for well-formed outcome if you're interested. Well-formed outcome checks for congruence and ecology to try and detect any resistance before you actually start, and that's an awesome NLP tool. We effectively expand and test all aspects of the goal and get to its roots. This helps us check what is under the surface, not just what we see, but all the hidden details of the goal. We basically have to investigate and explore all aspects of our goal. What do these findings mean for us? When all these explorations done, when we know that what it means for us, when we know that it is aligned with our values, it makes the achieving of the goal so much easier, simply more fun, and absolutely motivating and inspiring. If you want to learn more and use these NLP tools and integrate them into your lives and or your profession, we have plenty of programs that we offer regularly. Write to us at info@coachmenepal.com to inquire more about the dates and the prices and the programs. Right, so this is it, friends. We're at the end of the session, and if you have suggestions, like always, drop us a line at info@coachmenepal.com, and if you have feedbacks, do not hesitate to share them with us. We will be we'll be back again next week with more free sessions, and some sessions that are probably not that free, because some of these sessions are awesome and they need a lot of work from us, so we cannot practically make them free. Please like, subscribe on our YouTube channel, because we love you, we really do. And as you know, our goal is to reach and take these kind of learnings to children and teachers in remote areas of Nepal who have no access to these kind of learnings, of course at no cost, right? So we're targeting to reach 2 million children by the end of 2024. So your support will go a long way. We also have a lot of awesome programs coming in the next few months. If you want to know the details of these new programs that we're offering, DM us, email us, or keep following us on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be announcing all of these programs on all of these platforms as well. So until then, stay safe, love yourself, love the people all around you, and be kind to them, be kind to everyone, because kindness is the answer to everything. Stay safe, stay positive, not that way.